The greatest holiday on earth, the NFL draft, is now officially over, and I'm going to give you guys my biggest losers and winners from the draft in my opinion. The first loser, I'm going to start with the losers first, is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. Now, them trading out of the first round was dumb in my opinion. You could have got Caleb Lomu, left tackle, or play him at right tackle, right? I know you re-signed or gave Trent Williams an extension, but still, trading out is dumb. What? Deshaun Stribling also was not a smart pick for them. I mean, I get why they do it, because he gives off like fast, bigger 6'2" receiver vibes, right? But I didn't see him. He was not a second round grade in mine. Maybe late second would be a bit of a reach, but I just didn't like that pick. Picks I did like though. Taking the Washington corner, they normally always produce in the NFL. They have like a factory over there, like that pick. Grayson Halden was also a good pick for me. He's a great pass rush moves, right? He moves very fluently. I expect him to go a lot higher than the fourth round. Really, I thought he could even be a round 2 pick. If Stribling and Grayson Halden swapped, this would be a very different look for most people. But still, also Keelan Black, I don't mind the pick, but the third round's horrendous for him. I did not think he would be that high. Same with Romello Height, though. I thought Romello Height could go in the second, really. I loved Romello Height a lot. Coming out of Texas Tech, he played great, and I don't know why he kind of got undershadowed a little bit by David Bailey. But he still was good in my eyes, and I do like this pick. But it's just, trading out of the first round is not, I don't like that. I don't like they did that. Taking Stribling, I did not like. There's just two things I don't like there. So that's why I'm going to have him be a loser. Next is going to be the Denver Broncos as a loser for me, and I just didn't really understand like Tyler Onyedime. I know people love him. In my opinion, I don't like him that much. I think there was other better D tackles available, but I do want to just look at the player, not just the positional value or like other people available. But Onyedime for me is not. He's a good player, obviously, but I did not think he was a third round talent for me, right? His pass rush is all right, his run stuffing is all right, but like, what does it say about him? Yeah, I know they need interior D line, but like, yeah, basically everything I just said. He has to have that strong punch that I do love, but other than that, I really don't see much about him. His size is good, right? But third round pick, I just don't see it. Jonah Coleman, though, I do like this pick. Kind of a reach, but like I said, I don't want to talk about that. But it's a good pick here. Powerful, elusive back who also has a bit of speed to him. Doesn't have very great high-end speed. And he's not like other running backs in the draft that can create like something out of nothing. But, I mean, he's played pretty good at Washington. I'd like to see how he translates to the NFL. Sitting behind R.J. Harvey and not Javonte Williams, and Dobbins in Denver. Justin Jolie, I do also like being that undersized tight end slot receiver. I would like him to be better blocking, but when you're 6'3", 241, you're not going to be a great blocker. So that's about it for him. They do have Mr. Irrelevant Red Murdoch, which I feel like people did like a lot about him. I didn't do much stuff about research about him, but hey, if he's good, he turns out to be pretty good. Also want to look at Cage Casey here. Tight end, tackle, guard, where he plays, I think he'll do pretty good at. Day one starter, definitely not, but I don't know. It's just a very underwhelming draft for me. I mean, when you don't have a pick in round 1, 2, you know you're not going to be a winner. So I don't think Broncos fans should be very upset at the draft they did have. They had an okay draft, but you really didn't get anyone great because you didn't have your first couple picks. Now, the final loser I want to highlight is going to have to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another team without a first-round pick, and they basically wasted their second-round pick by taking Nate Borkircher, the Texas A&M tight end. Now, don't get me wrong. In the snaps he did play, he looked good, right? He was making catches down the seam, played pretty good. He's a great blocker too, right? But, I mean, at second round, 24, that's your first pick. There's way better on the board, better tight ends, really. The one pick I will say is good is Emmanuel Pregnon, just because he managed to fall to them. If this didn't happen, they would be looking at a very bad draft. I mean, this is already probably the worst one of every team. But that's a good pick for them. Everyone else here, I like Wesley Williams, reach. Tanner Kozel, I like him, but not enough to take him there. Josh Cameron, I didn't do much work on him, but didn't seem very good when I did watch him. CJ Williams, I will say I do like, though. It doesn't have a lot of stuff for him on here. I don't really know why, but I don't know. I did like him. But yeah, everyone else they took, I really don't have much stuff on them. So this is why they're a loser for me. Now, the first winner on my list is going to have to be the Minnesota Vikings. If you go on anything online, every single person will be clowning the Vikings for who they drafted, which I think is very stupid because their two biggest needs were they need to run the ball better and they need to defend the run better, right? Look who they drafted. Chris Jones 2.0 and Caleb Banks, an absolute demon. Dude has a 7-foot wingspan. And they also take Dominic Orange, big freaking citrus, right? A true nose tackle that can stuff a run like he always does when he was with Iowa State. Jake Gaulday, also a great chase and find him linebacker. He's really good. I don't know about taking him at pick 51 though. Armenia McNeil-Warren was on the board, and that's who I was like, oh, they should take him. But I don't know. Jake Gaulday is still a great player. I do like this pick a lot. But they did everything they needed to do. They add safety in Jacoby Thomas, a very underrated prospect. This is a great place for him at the late end of the third round. He literally plays the same role at Miami that Harrison Smith played for decades, right? So I think he can step in and be a day one starter impact. Really, Caleb Tiernan also, very big player. Short arms is the only concern. And yeah, he's 6'8", 328, is very athletic for his size, right? But the short arms is concerning to me, like I said. And everything down here, they take their fullback of the future. They lose CJ Donaldson. Not CJ Donaldson. CJ Ham. So they have to take their fullback. It's a great pick there. Charles Demings, very underrated, coming out of Stephen F. Austin. Love that pick, too. Very athletic, right? Gavin Gerhardt, I don't really know much. People had a lot of stuff on him. I didn't even know this dude's really in the draft process, right? But hey, I mean, it's fine. It's a good pick. But Damon Claiborne, also a great pick. They trade up and get him. Huge pickup, right? Love this pick, honestly. So this is why the Vikings are a winner for me. Just because they fixed everything they needed. They need to stop a run, and they also need to run the ball better. And they did everything in this draft class. The next winner for me is going to have to be the Washington Commanders. Now, they go into this draft, which I thought there would be a 0% chance that they actually did land him, but they did in Sonny Styles, the absolute dog linebacker from Ohio State, man. I thought there was 0 chance they landed him. He's so athletic. He's so great. I know positional value is a big thing, but still, he's a baller. And that pick 7 is literally a steal. I don't care what anyone says. Also pick up a very underrated wide receiver in Antonio Williams at the early 3rd round. Great player, great slot receiver. Is going to fit very well in there with Terry McLaurin. And is Traylon Burke still on the roster? Who is the 3rd receiver? Diami Brown? I don't know. In my steal of the draft, I've loved this guy since day one. He's so good. I've been telling everyone about him through the whole draft process. Joshua Josephs. He's so good with his speed rush. If he can just turn his speed into strength, he will be great. And they come from that extremely good Tennessee edge pipeline, right? That produced James Pierce Jr. and Byron Young. So these are great picks. Also picking up Katron Allen, another great running back that adds to their already depth of running back room. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't do much stuff on either of these two guys. But hey, I mean, with those picks I seen here, these 4 picks, this is a great draft class. If I'm a Commanders fan, I would be so happy. This is huge. This is definitely easily top 5 draft classes so far. And another team that I think did very good, that most people might say, that most people like throw out the window, is the Tennessee Titans. As we see, they filled all of their needs, and they filled them relatively early in this draft too. They pick up Cardinal Tate number 4, which I was so pissed when they took him, right? Because I've been mocking Cardinal Tate to them for the past 4 months. 4 months of me marking Cardinal Tate to them, or ever since the Natty ended. I don't know when that was. But for my last mock, I didn't do it. I went a different direction. And I regret it because this is my boy right here, Cardinal Tate. Great pickup by them. They also trade back up into first and take another guy that I really love, and that's Keldrick Falk out of Auburn. Great run defender, right? He can go in and play every position on the defensive line. He's a every down guy. This is exactly what the Titans should be looking for with Robert Saleh. Another great player in Anthony Hill Jr. really loading up that front seven here with some of these picks. Anthony Hill Jr. went very underrated through this draft process because everyone kind of thought like, oh, he kind of fell off from the last few years, but he's still a great player. And if he can translate what he did in 2024 or even 2023 to the NFL, he will be such a good linebacker for them. Who else they take? Fernando Carmona, I didn't do much work on him. Don't know much about that, but Nicholas Singleton I do love. Before getting injured, I thought he would be a round 2 pick. He played so good at Penn State, him and Katron Allen both. So that's a great pick. If he can come off of injury and do the same thing that he did in 2024, maybe even early 25, he will be a great running back for them. Also, Pat Coogan, very underrated center. I had him in one of my videos that was like a day 3 players I want my Vikings to draft. And I kind of wish the Vikings did get him, but hey, Pat Coogan, I mean, he's great. Great pickup for the Titans here. I forget who the center is, but I know their offensive line desperately needs help. And I think Pat Coogan can be a plug-and-play guy and anywhere in the interior. So this is a great draft for the Titans here. And lastly, I think we all knew who the winner of the draft was. It was the New York Giants. Arvell Reese, many proclaimed the best player in this draft class, fell to them at pick 5. Great pickup. Now you have 3 players with the same ability to go drop back, play linebacker, also rush a passer, in Arvell Reese, Abdul Carter, and Kayvon Thibodeaux. My question is, though, will they make Brian Burns play inside more? I think they should on those 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5 passing downs. I think they should. And they also pick up Francis Mauigoa, the power tackle, more than likely will move into guard, which fits this Harbaugh system, this power run system so much, and I think they're going to see a lot of use from Cam Scadaboo and Devin Singletary coming up here. And then also Colton Hood. No, this would have been so much better if the Texans didn't jump them for Caden McDonald, right? But they still come out with Colton Hood, a great outside corner, I like my corners bigger, but 5'11", 193, his speed and strength, he's very good for it. His outside ability is so good. He completes the 50-50 balls and does a great job production after the catch in zones. Yeah, he is a very good zone player. I had him going first round. I wouldn't even have been mad if he went in the top 18 the first round, right? And then just to top it all off, in the 3rd round, they take Malachi Fields. How did this dude fall to the 3rd round? I'll have no clue. But he is so good, and he'll slot in and be a day 1 starter for the Giants here. Will he be the wide receiver 2 already? Maybe. They desperately need somebody. So I think they were hoping to land Jordan Tyson, but they didn't. Unfortunately, the Saints got him at 8. And really, I mean, they still did great not getting him. They still did pretty good off. Also, Bobby Jamison Travis, I don't know about this pick. I mean, just late 6th round, take a guy that you believe in, right? But J.C. Davis, I love this guy a lot coming out of Illinois. He's a very top-heavy run blocker, right? You could see him moving into guard. I would just say, keep him at tackle. Yeah. This is why they want to move him to guard, because he's effective climbing to the 2nd level. Yeah, he would be a great guard. I think keeping him at tackle is a great idea, though. They should. And lastly, they take Jack Kelly, another very thick, underrated linebacker that I liked a lot of. He does a great job at stuff in the run, and also he can be a bit better in pass coverage, but he's still great in my eyes, right? He was so good. So that is going to be my biggest winners and losers of the 2026 NFL Draft. I think tomorrow is when I'm going to be dropping all my 32 team rankings on how every team did. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And make sure you like, subscribe, and if you guys are hyped by how your team drafted, or you're low-key depressed, just comment down below what you guys wish you did and what you guys actually did. So I will see you guys in the next video.